Welcome everyone to season 4, episode 159. It's getting to the point where I have to look and see which one it is.
Oh, I know. I do the same thing.
Because I'm like sitting there going, oh yeah, there's the number right there. We are so happy to be here. I'm your co-host with the most host, Brian Marcus.
I'm the other co-host. I'm Jamal Smith. And to round out the trio,
Tony Bailey Rains. Hello.
We have fun. We are the most. You will never meet 3 podcast hosts who gel so well and are out in the community serving Altadena.
And I need to say, we apologize for coming on almost 30 minutes late today. I was late because I was in a meeting. And then when I got on, we just start chopping it up, talking about the weekend because we all, did different things. And I went to an event or two. Brian went to some. And then I looked, I said, you guys, it's 10:25. Let's start. Because the 3 of us can talk for like a long time, just chopping it
from Altadena.
Yeah, so I was like, let's do our discussion on the back end, like after the show is off, right? We'll get back in the green room. But so we're a tad bit tardy. And really it is my fault this time. So
well, the one thing that Brian and I do say is when Tony doesn't have a guest on, we are 10-ish. And we are within the 10 o'clock hour, so we're on time. But to Tony's point, though, for anybody who's actually trying to watch us based on their schedule, and if it fits in that 10 o'clock hour, if we start on time, we do apologize for sure.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Because if it were not for me, like I am a stickler for being prompt and on time. And they'd be like, come on, you guys. Come on, you guys. And they'd be like, we're 10-ish, Tony. And I'm like, no, our thing says 10 o'clock.
We did 10 o'clock on your day.
And Tuesdays and Thursdays, yeah, for sure, on the Tony Talk days. Because I'd be like, come on, let's go.
And you know what's funny? I get people saying, hey, man, I missed the first 20 minutes of it because I'm used to y'all coming up on 10.
Because they expect us to be late.
But the beauty of it too, though, is the fact that it's a recorded, thing, so people can always go back and watch it, which is cool.
Definitely.
Only 30 days though on Facebook. You have to go to YouTube to see the whole thing in its entirety.
Yeah, in fact, I had a few people come on later on Friday to say that they watched, that episode, but they watched it later and they're like, okay, cool, we saw it. It was good stuff. So that was very, very cool.
I always get the ones that say, oh, I missed it. And
Happy New Week.
Well, you can see it anytime. Oh, man, I don't go back and watch podcasts. I said, well, what you talking about?
Right, that's your problem.
So you don't want to know about certain things that happen in town? You don't want to know this? I mean, it takes just a few minutes out of your day. I mean, 1,000 other people watch it. They don't care. They don't complain. So I'm so sorry that we're not accommodating you on your schedule.
No, that's their fault.
Exactly.
That sounds really sarcastic.
Yeah, if they don't want to watch it later, oh well.
I send it all the way to Atlanta. Kirk Javon
You missed out. No, of course.
Well, I had a call the other night, and last week, I want to say Wednesday, maybe Thursday. No, I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday evening. Yeah, because it was the evening that Chris Holden was on. And this person, I think we talked on the phone for about 2 hours. And he asked me everything. So what about this? What about that? What's the information on this? And I said, and don't forget, we're on, and it's a family friend, been a family friend for 4 decades at least, right? But I was like, bruh. Maybe 5 decades. I wanted to be like, bruh, if you don't get off my phone. But no, it's all good because I'm thankful that he knew, because a lot of people, do all kinds of stuff, might travel for work, whatever. And like we've said before, people don't want to do the research, even going to YouTube necessarily, trying to scroll through or look for them or search for them. When they know you have the info, they really want to be like, hey, just tell me what you know, right? And they're behind.
I'm like this. Consultation is $125 an hour minimum, 2 hours. You can
I'm not
watch
because it's for my
YouTube for
community.
free. I'm charging my family if they asking me questions and they could watch it. And you're supposed to be supporting me. $125 an hour minimum, 2 hours.
Well, I won't charge because it's for the community, and that's my personal thing, Brian. That's your business, but yes, it is all there. And if I know it and have the information in my head, and he knew that, and he's like I said, been a family friend for so long that I was like, okay. And he was like, this is extremely valuable. And I did say, remember, you can also go on our YouTube. You can search whatever topics, right, and stuff will come up. So we do say that. But people will still connect with us sometimes.
Oh,
so
sure.
it was like, but I'm thankful that I have the information and was able to give him information. So,
that was a joke, Tony. You be getting so serious about that's what you want to do, Brian. Then that's what you.
No, because you know what? Whether it's a joke or not, if that's what you want to do with your people, have at it, bruh. Like
I don't do that. It's a joke. Learn to roll with it. See, we were right there, and all you had to do was just,
No, because you, nobody knows when you're joking and when you're not. So for me, all I can do is respond and say, "Hey, that's what you want to do." Same thing, right? And to be honest, Brian, a consultant fee for all the stuff that we know would not be.
Oh no! Now, if you want to start a nonprofit. You ain't getting that for free unless you go to my website. Now, I do give you the information there, but the work it takes to do that, I give it to you for free. I give you everything for free. But you know what people don't do? They don't read. They skim. Even when I send people texts, appointment on Friday at 2.
Bruh.
And they go,
the moving eyes.
Oh, okay, so you want me to meet you at 3? I'm like, I give up. You don't want to read, then I can't help you. I mean,
you're throwing in the towel,
man. You want me to talk and skim? Because I can talk and skim. So party at 4, 3, 2. I give up. I can't do it. and then I say, you're a skimmer. And they go, you're right, I did skim it. That means you skim your own business like that.
They probably do.
They do. I know. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, people reading is fundamental, and for a lot of people, it's a lost art.
Yes, and correct punctuation. I had to get on like 3 of my friends.
That's a whole nother conversation.
I'm reading this sentence, going. I said, comments are your best friend.
Yeah. The shenanigans of punctuation, especially when we walk around with many computers in our hands, these phones.
And autocorrect.
And you've got chat, and you've got all this other stuff. Right.
All that kind of stuff. It'll correct it for you. There's no real reason for it to be so bad.
Yeah.
Unless they just straight out ignore it. So
Brian, you did a lot this weekend, right?
Actually, I did not. Remember, I called you on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, you were like, I'm chilling.
I am burnt.
He did some.
I did one.
Okay, he did one.
So I did go to, it was a very unique exhibit. It's happening at the Armory on 145 North Ring, across the street from the Pasadena Senior Center.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a group of young kids who lost everything in the fire, and instead of crying about it, they turned it into this magnificent art exhibit.
Nice.
And, I'm going to pull up pictures later, but I interviewed 2 of the ladies who were like the key factors in it. And I'm going to try to say their names right, because I had to say it to them 3 times just to make sure. Okay, Sienna Ben, who is Alicia and Shell Ben's daughter.
Okay.
And Kikisa is another. Well, remember you were reading these off.
Yeah.
So I kept trying to listen to you as you were announcing it.
Yeah, I thought I was doing all right.
So actually, the way I met Kikisa, her father was there. And he had a camera in his hand with the, phone in his hand with the, like yours, Tony, the gimbal. And you know me, I'm always curious about people who have stuff. I said, hey, so what podcast are you filming for? No, man. My daughter. I'm just here to support my daughter. I'm just filming her. And I said, who's your daughter? He took me over to introduce her. And I said, I would love to interview you. And I got 2 interviews. I wanted to pull them up, but I was doing some other stuff. I'm going to see if I can pull both of them up right now while you guys are talking or whatever. But and if I'm looking up, and I know Jamal's going to get me with this one. You know, every time I do this, it reminds me of the Samuel Jackson film, The Negotiator, when he said, I know you're lying because every time you look up and to the left, you're going into the such and such vortex or whatever. And I'm like, every time I do that, I think of that. So I'm going to move this over here because I know that.
Brian's monitor is in the rafters.
Yeah, that bad boy is about 12, 13 inches off the desk.
Yeah.
But that's
he looks up a lot. That's why. Where my laptop is right here, one of my monitors is here, my other monitor's over there, and another one's right there. But I have them all like at eye level, right? Brian's is like.
I went to the office on Saturday and was looking up at the monitor. Freaking 55-inch monitor on the desk.
So Brian, I will be like this, and my neck's gonna hurt if I go in the office to use it. I'll have to take it off.
The thing is, I could look there, but even if I lean back, I still look like I'm looking up.
You do.
I ain't got nothing there.
You gotta think about it. I'm 5'1.5". Y'all are tall, and you guys are looking
at the chair raised up either.
Right. So I'd be like,
how tall was the dude you took a picture with from Team Rubicon? He seemed pretty tall too. Like taller than us.
Yeah. So, you want to bring that picture up? I could talk about that stuff, what I did Friday and Saturday.
Oh, while Brian's looking for his stuff?
So now I'm 5'1.5", y'all. So that's probably 6'5"-ish. 6'6". But his name is Jim Brooks. And I got to call his office today. But he is the new CEO of Team Rubicon. And you guys know, I was so dirty, that I serve with Team Rubicon, which is a veteran-led organization. He's was a Navy SEAL, but he grew up here. And so he came out on Friday and Thursday. He went on Thursday to the Notary Club's luncheon, but he came and he worked, he served, and either helped in he said they wouldn't let him have the chainsaw or put any wood in the chipper. Because to them, he was okay. So on Friday, there were executives and others from TikTok that were there. Because when on Wednesday, they said, we have some TikTokers coming Friday. And I said, well, I'll be back Friday. But instantly, you know how we get real defensive of our community, right? I was like, why are they going to be here? Because I didn't want them.
Right.
I didn't want them coming like, we're going to take all these videos, and because that's exploitation, right? Like, we don't need that. And so I said, why is TikTok coming? And they were like, Antoinette, it's okay. It's actually executives, and they are coming to serve and coming to work. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, so better had.
Right. Because I was like, all right. Because if they come in just to do TikTok videos and stuff, like, they were like, no. So Noel, who's like, he works in downtown LA at headquarters. He's also from Altadena for Team Rubicon. And so, though his family has moved away, they're still local. He still has a heart. So if you go back to that picture of Jim is the CEO now, and they're literally at Altadena School. And I kept saying Altadena School, and they were like, oh, no, it's Altadena Arts and Magnets. I was like, this is Altadena Elementary School. My children went to this school. And they were like, oh, okay. Right. I said,
Mama name him Clay, I'm going to call him Clay.
Exactly. Right. So I said, so for you all, it's Altadena Arts and Magnets. And for new parents, just like Elliott, just like Washington, it used to be Washington Middle School, then it was Washington Arts and Magnets. But we know it as Altadena Elementary School. So Jim's mom lost her house, which is right there on Mendocino and Lake, just east of Lake, that stretch on the north side and the west side that all those burned. His mom's house was right there. And he just sold his house up here in October and moved down to Newport Beach, him and his wife, because they wanted to be by the beach and downsize because their kids are gone, all of that, school and everything. So he just did that in October. So we hugged several times and he was like, Tony, thank you so much for being out here in our community and serving. Then we started talking about schools and he went to like St. Felicitas for, whatever. Then he went to St. Francis for high school. So I said, Jim, what year did you graduate? He said 87. And I was like, what? I said, my brother went there and he graduated in 86. He said, what's his name? I said, Jeff Bailey. He was like, I know who that is. I said, he played football and all that. He said, yeah. He said, I remember the name. I know who that is. So I'm going to ask my brother, like, look in his yearbook and see who. It was probably James Brooks, but Jim, Brooks is. But he absolutely has a heart for the community. So he came out and with the TikTok execs, they were not allowed to use the chainsaw. They were not allowed to put wood in the chipper. But once stuff was cut, then they could move it over to the chipper. They could also go do fencing and put fencing up. And so all of us basically did that. My crew, whenever I have somebody, I always take them all over Altadena and give them a tour and tell them this was Lamouth Elementary School, this was this. And so my crews, when they ride with me, they get a full everything. I told them one of my co-hosts lived up this street, Brian for Ewing. I said, his house, is gone, I always take them on to East Wapello and Mount Curve and get out and walk them over the property and say, this was where the living room was. This was where the kitchen was. This was where my bedroom growing up was. This was my parents' room, and let them really get a gist of it. And it's for them so profound because they're like, we're coming up here to serve, but anybody else we've been with, we just ride around exactly to where we're going and we go back. But when we look at the GPS to know how to get there, like, all the shortcut streets and all that. And I'm like,
right.
Yeah, I think, because they were like, the first day, Wednesday, they were like, we need to go to, they were looking. I said, just go up here, make this left. We're going to make another right. And they were like, and one guy said, we have our own personal GPS with us. I said, yeah, so, but they're always so thankful. So afterwards we do a wrap up. And the TikTok executives were like, I asked one of them who happened to be riding with me in my van. And I said, so if I want to do a partnership or whatever, because we're doing this Day of Thanks in November, right before Thanksgiving. And if I want to find out, like, who do I talk to get a sponsorship or a partnership? And Joe was sitting behind me. He was like, me. I turned around. I was like, what? He was like, me. I'm the community partnership sponsorship dude. So I have his number now. There was one named Miz and then Don. And so I have all their numbers and I will be reaching out to them this week. But then he said, but we got to get you guys on TikTok. So I told Brian was like, we are on TikTok. And so I told them and they were like, well, we got to get you to build your stuff on TikTok more and go live there. Because if not, the algorithm, if you go live somewhere else and link to there, the algorithm will push you down, which all platforms are going to do because they want you to go live on their platform, right? Mm-hmm. So, but they're like, we'll help you with this, we'll help you with that. So hopefully we'll have something going with TikTok pretty soon with some of these execs that I met the other day. And then Jim said, thank you for the donation that we gave to TR last week. And I told him about the event and how I would like for them to either some of them to come, him and some others, and potentially have a sponsorship or a partnership, some kind of collaboration or whatever with them, especially for that day. I would really like to have them come and we maybe are able to honor them or give thanks even to them and a lot of the gray shirts that have been in the community since January, February helping. Because even before I went and we were giving out those sandbags, they had said, this week come and what they were doing, they went up in the mountains in the canyon and were filling the sandbags. I was like, that's too manual for me. I'm not doing that. I will come when it's time to give the sandbags to people, which was the next week.
I
But
can't be bothered.
I got these nails. Y'all know I'm not doing all that. I got a broken one. I'm not even
pearls. You better
right. I was like, and they laugh at me.
y'all some cocktails.
They laugh at me all the time because they're like, "You're out here working. You will put your gloves and your boots and everything on and get dirty and do the work, but you are super prissy and you're gonna."
You know where to draw the line.
And
you know where your line is.
Right. I said, I'm not going in the canyon filling sandbags. I said, when the sandbags are full, and there were thousands, like 10,000 sandbags they filled up. I said, when they're full, I will come and help distribute. And as it was, when we went to help distribute, I wound up being a strike team lead. So I every now and then picked one up, but I was given direction. Like, no, you go over here, you put those 25 in this car. But I did my part. And there were some I had to move, and I did put some in the cars, but all of us play a part. So if any of you want to go to Team Rubicon, search Google Team Rubicon, Rubicon. We are a veteran-led service organization, and we go around to communities after disaster for disaster response. We do muck-ups after hurricanes and floods. We'll build stuff, we'll tear stuff down or whatever. So in Altadena, there is still a need. And that need is trees that were that died and didn't fully get cut down, or some that were cut, they had the arrow up. They were cut, but people were like, but they didn't take it down and grind it. Well, we're not going to grind it, but we will take it to a stump, because we did that the other day on a lot on Alta Pine. And then the lady came and she was like, well, all those palm ponds that are like dead. So we got out the pole saw and cut those. And then we're putting up the orange fencing. So for people that still have not put orange fencing up, you can go to the sheriff's station on Altadena Drive in Fontanet, right there at El Molino Fontanet and Altadena Drive, and sign that form that says that the sheriff can go behind that orange fencing if someone is on your lot. And if they are not authorized to be there, then the sheriffs will arrest them. So what you need to do is go to the sheriff's station, fill that out, and say, and especially if you have elderly neighbors or whatever who won't be able to put the fencing up themselves, and say, hey, can we have fencing put up? They are then sending that, because we were supposed to end this coming Saturday. It's been extended, but they said the deployment will be only extended if these requests come in. So if you need extra smaller trees cut or fencing put up, go to the Altadena Sheriff Station, ask for that form to be put up, complete the form, ask for fencing or anything else that TR will do, like trimming trees or whatever, and that will extend us for this deployment. Otherwise, they're going to cut it short, and if they get requests later for other stuff, we might come back. But there is a contract to use Altadena School till the 15th of September. So we're technically extended till then. But again, if there's no work to do, they'll cut it short. And if you see behind me those tents, I didn't have to do billeting because I live, right here. I can get there in 30 minutes or whatever, right? 25 minutes. But there are people in those tents. There's 3. There's a men's tent, a woman's tent, and then there's another one kind of like a recreation tent. But they're on cots and they're living. The tents are air conditioned. And then there's a whole trailer for showers. And then there's a trailer for laundry. But they're living at Altadena School on the big playground until it's over. And there are people here from Texas, from Vegas, from back east, from down south. I met a lot of people. There's several from San Diego that have driven up. And they're staying here until the deployment. They'll deploy for a week or 2 or 3 or whatever. Thank you, Jamal and Brian, for bringing up TR. And yes, step into the arena as a gray shirt. We wear those gray shirts, and we call ourselves gray shirts. And this is what we do and serve communities. And you can volunteer. You can create a volunteer profile. Even though it's veteran led, there are plenty of gray shirts that are not, including now the TikTokers. And some of them said they were going to come back and spread the news with their colleagues to volunteer, because it was so very impactful, especially when I took them around and showed them landmarks and showed them like that was St. Mark's School, and this was our gas station, and this was Altadena Community Church, and this was Altadena Baptist Church, and took them by where Fair Oaks Burgers is and told them about, Janet's parents lost a house and her sister's been displaced, but it made it so much more real for them that they were like, this is incredible to actually have someone from there give them a tour instead of only just coming and going to, the lots that they were going to do work on. And then there is a donate button that's red up at the upper right. And so if you'd like to donate, you can go there. And we are strictly volunteer, and we do everything based on what's given. So it doesn't matter if you're able to give $5 or $100 or whatever. I would like to ask you to support Team Rubicon so we can continue to be out here in Altadena doing what we're doing. So that's that.
And
right, I was trying to bring up
the Tony's Benevolence Fund.
The donor page. It's just taking a while for it to upload, but
okay,
it's pretty straightforward when you get to it.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll do a screenshot.
Very much so. Very straightforward. Thank you. So that was me on Friday. On Saturday, I went to a conference that I guess Minister Brian Simpson had at Trinity Lutheran Church, I believe it is, which was 2 blocks east of Lake on the north side of just past Mentor on Walnut, and wound up speaking a little bit, giving a lot of the information that we've given to people there. There was a guy from the county assessor's office, but he didn't give him quite the best information on certain things, where I had to kind of come back and say, well, when Jeff was on the show on June 12th, this is what he actually said. And he was like, oh, okay, thank you. So, and I wasn't trying to like check him, correct him or whatever. And once I did like this, because we were on the church pews, and I put my hands like this and I was clasping him, and he looked at me and said, yes, do you have a question? I said, oh no, I don't have questions, I have answers. And everybody started cracking up, and I wasn't trying to be funny, but I didn't need questions answered from him. I have answers if people want the answers from everybody that we don't brought on the show. But one of the things that he did, what are you doing, Brian?
I was patting the sweat off my forehead and realized that the towel's green.
Yes, so we can't see it. Couldn't see you. But one of the answers that he kind of confused people on, and Jeff made it very clear, and we talked about this, was, what about the 10? Somebody said, what about the 10% or 200 square feet or 120% or whatever? And he said, where I had to say, excuse me. I said, so what it is, that has nothing to do with the assessment. That has to do with permitting, because Jeff explained that very well and how he's trying to get them aligned. He did mention the bill that he tried to do with Schultz from Burbank, but it got shot down. But he said they are totally separate. I said, so permitting allows you 10% or 200 square feet if your home is 2,000 square feet or less. However, if you go 5 feet over your footprint, that will be assessed at a new tax rate. 5 square feet, 10, 50 square feet. And so once I said it and broke it down like that, the people were like, oh, thank you so much. And so they were like, who are you? And so then Brian had me go up and actually speak, and people had lots of questions and I answered them. So I said, but you have to go to Altadena Talks podcast and follow and subscribe, because all of this information is there. And we are on 5 days a week and all that. So I know we got some new followers over the weekend because a lot of people went right then. And then,
yes, they did. I've seen a whole bunch of people pop up.
Right, because I was making them. I was like, you want the info?
Everybody.
You're gonna go follow us. I'm gonna give you all the info, but you're gonna go follow us first. So yeah, I got that. And then there are people that were like, can we get on your show? So one young man from USC is gonna come on tomorrow to talk about the what are they doing? The soil testing. He's part of that group.
Oh, cool.
So Max is scheduled to come on with me tomorrow, and maybe his professor or something, but he is definitely part of that group. And then, but I just told people, and a lot of people, I got numbers there on Saturday, probably I don't know, maybe 6-8 people wanted to connect with me. Some are builders that obviously want to come on the show. So I told him I'd have to have a conversation to vet and look them up and all of that, and then we'll see. But it was a nice conference. He had a lot of, some turnout come into the hall where everything was. Not as many came into the church, but people got a lot of great information. I even had to tell them about not changing their address on their license based on being on the Secretary of State's call, because the guy from the assessor's office was like, well, just change your mailing address. And the man said, oh, I need to go and change my license. And I raised my hand and I said, absolutely not. And so I stood up in and said, I was on the Secretary of State, Dr. Shirley Weber's call. And she said, under no circumstances do you change your driver's license. You keep it, your address from Altadena. The only thing you need to do is go into places like her office, Secretary of State online, and we confirm this with the assessor as well, go into the LA County Assessor's website and change your mailing address only, because you're going to go back home. You don't want to change that license, because then if somebody goes and puts that license on their ID and yours is no longer there, they can try to stake claim to your land,
which they've been doing,
which people have already tried a few times, right? Because they've gone to the DMV and said, oh, I'm a fire victim. I lost everything. I don't have anything to prove. Can you give me? And this is my address. And they've gotten IDs or licenses with the address and it's not theirs. So I reiterated that to all the people and they were really, really happy as well, because they were like, oh, we didn't know. And so the guy, his name was Frank. He's a deputy assessor. And he was like, oh, thank you, Tony, for clarifying and da 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 da. And I was like, no problem. We're in this 7.5 months already. So that's the reason why we have all the information and the knowledge that we have, and we're in it for the long haul. So that would be my whole Friday, Saturday recap. Brian?
So I had the pleasure of visiting the exhibit called, and I always do this, Here Lay a Home. It's a collaborative of the youth of our community that have decided to express how they feel about it in art. And what they did was they put together an exhibit that's running from today until September 25th, the whole month, mostly Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, to show how they reacted to the thing. So I interviewed two of the curators of it. They're all in there. Well, I don't really know how old they are. They got to be between 18 and 23 or something like that. But
now Sienna is like 20. Wait, you said between 18 and what?
23.
Yeah, they're about that age. Because Sienna, same age as Kimani. Kimani, Earl's son.
Oh, Kimani.
Yeah. No. They went to prom together. In fact, they got a dope picture. But anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Oh, okay. So the first 3 minutes of this video didn't even get filmed because I was sitting there thinking I was filming and I didn't, and then I had to excuse myself. So that's why she's smiling in the beginning of this one. And I finally
you didn't get me earlier?
I said, I am so sorry. I was so excited to be there. And, I don't interview. I'm not Tony. I'm not, I just really try to let them talk because I don't even know what to ask half the time. But the whole thing is, here's the interview. The first one is 3 minutes, and the second one, where Kiki says 6 minutes. So bear with us as we let our young folk from Altadena speak. Turn that music down a little bit because it was kind of loud in the thing, so it might not be. Let me know if you can hear it first. Can you hear that?
Now we're going. Okay, so I'm standing here with
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Ben, who has the art exhibit Altadena Not for Sale, and she's going to tell you more about it.
My videotaping.
This exhibition came following the fires.
Is it playing right?
And it was me and my friend Kikesta.
A little slow.
Just being in conversation about what was
I'm not
last,
happy
and
about
how to
that.
make something that feels very activated and true to what has been here. So the exhibition is entitled Here Lay a Home, and it's comprised of found objects and new compositions of surviving things. The things that we had in mind in building this were home, ecology, and memory. So we have archival pieces and all sorts of video and media going through here. So we just want people to feel welcome to come and be back in community with folks that have been displaced and to lay a loss and actually feel the survival of their home in this space.
So where did the pieces come from?
These pieces.
And so this is what happens when you're in an exhibit and you're trying to film and other people come in. She hadn't
That's all
realized.
right. You're going to be seen by 80,000 people, so you go right ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna go over here.
That's fine. Hey, it's all natural. Don't worry about it.
So these bricks we got from we collaborated with Build with Earth,
Mhm.
drove out to Joshua Tree and Kikesa and some other members of the collective, hand pressed these bricks.
Oh,
in
wow.
Joshua Tree, and we built the structure, 800-pound structure, to house them all and build a chimney that was similar to those that were left still standing
Right.
in the fire. So, yeah, this is the primary altar space in the anchoring piece of the exhibition.
And so all of the pieces,
These
are
are
people supposed to be picking it up and looking at it?
yes.
Oh,
I was just
okay. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure because you don't want to have anything coming up missing.
So it's stewarded by the collective
Hey,
members.
shout
Oh,
out
okay.
to Sienna's mom, Alicia. She's on the show
This
watching.
is our offering. So some of these are found objects from my grandparents' house,
Mhm.
other parents' house, and yeah, this is just.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to see that, the young people of our town are actually participating because I know you guys are going through a lot. I know that some of the kids that are still in school not only lost their home, but they lost their school.
Absolutely.
A few of them. I'm talking
I
about from
lost my elementary school.
from 3 years old to like 12 or 14. So it's good to see you guys out here actually doing something. And this is something that we're going to let out. Now, how long is this running?
This is running from August 25th tomorrow to
Mhm.
September 28th.
Oh, so
We'll have
this
a
is just
closing
the, this is
Yeah,
just
this is
the,
opening.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just beginning.
So you said August 25th
To
to,
September 28th.
oh, so a whole month.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys need to get out here and check this out. And thank you, Sienna Ben, for taking the time out. And your mom's going to be real proud
She
because
will.
she's like,
Legacy.
he came. I was like,
Sounds just like
God,
her
he
too.
can't show up.
Thank you so much.
She
All right, thank
sounds
you
so
so
much
much.
like you, Alicia. It's so cool.
Right. That's her twin. That's her.
Oh my gosh.
That's her spitting image of DNA. So yeah, I didn't like the fact how it's cutting out, man. I'm gonna have to figure
You
it out.
don't have control over that. It's all good. You can send it to me. I can try to do it on my end.
Yeah, it's the internet here. I'm gonna after I'm done here, I'm gonna walk right up to the front and be like, look, can't work like this, bro.
So again, if you have another one, shoot it my way.
I do, but you already know how it's gonna go. So
Okay.
why don't we come back, take that off of there real quick, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the next one, not now, but I'm gonna play it through so that it will already be buffered in.
That's cool. Well, while he does that, unfortunately, I didn't do anything directly related to the community. However, I did go celebrate Black Excellence yesterday evening. Went to the theater, saw Denzel Washington's new movie, Higher to Lower, and it was really good. The new Spike Lee joint. It was a very enjoyable movie. I was surprised there was not that much advertising for it. I know it's a Apple TV movie and it's going to be an Apple TV Plus and what have you, but man, I would have hoped there would have been more advertising for it. But it was good. It was very good. You see the little Spike Lee the techniques he uses throughout all his movies. He incorporates a lot of that in there. But it was a real cool story. Had certain things that you think it's going to go one direction, but then it goes someplace else. So it's actually good, very entertaining.
I just saw the preview for it yesterday. I was watching something on TV, and it at one point I was like, "Oh, is this another what was the name of it? Y'all know what I'm thinking about when he talks about I'm not a when he's in the car and he shoots up everybody." Brian.
Training day.
Yeah, I said, is it a combination of Training Day and John Q, or because John Q, I loved when he was John Q, but I was like, what is this? So it's good that you say that it's not anything that we think that we've seen from him or whatever. So
Put it this way, I think the trailers intentionally try to get you to think it's one thing,
yeah,
so that you can go to either verify it or not. But it's going to be different than what you
Cool.
think it is.
Yeah,
Especially when you got my man Peoples in there.
Right.
I can never think of his name.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, all the actors in there were good. ASAP Rocky was in there. He did a really, really good job.
Oh, he acting now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rihanna said, "Get to work, boy. Stop playing."
Right.
Yeah. Well, he got
We got paper. You got paper to make because I make mine.
Right. I'm a stay-at-home mom now.
He got a perfect project to get paid on. For sure. I think it'll be pretty good. Yeah, that was a good thing.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Very, very good thing. How's the video, man?
Well, you see how do you see me choppy because I'm moving all over here?
So you're playing it right now?
I'm playing it right now to let it buffer so that when I play it, it doesn't do that.
Yeah. You're welcome, Alicia. She said thanks.
And again, I film in 4K 60, so I like to have the clarity, but sometimes it doesn't translate through the screen.
You should probably record a little lower.
Yeah, but the quality is bad. So what I'll probably do,
man. You want it like we could touch it and it looks
glass.
like it's right there. Yeah, nah, man.
Right.
You don't even
sorry,
need to be
I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. I'll be pissed off when things don't go right.
But it's this though. The reason why I'm saying this, I'm sure Tony's agreeing, is because I get why you want to do it on your end, but when you try to share it, the facilities that you're using are not equipped to support that. And
darn facilities.
Facilities.
Yeah, this is one happy dad though. Okay, I'm just gonna try it.
All right.
It's just gonna be another one of those choppy situations.
Well, we could hear it clearly.
That's good.
The audio was not choppy.
Okay, good. Then I'll go back. All right, you can bring it back up.
Is it the same one?
No.
Oh, where's the other one? Well, I'm gonna remove this one.
Oh, hold on, because I didn't switch the tabs.
Talk about the exhibit that.
All right, let me start that over.
Okay, we are here with Kikessa. Did I say
that right? Oh my God, thank God.
And she's going to talk about the exhibit that we're at today and her part in the curation of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe if I take myself.
So this is Here Lay at Home. We're a collective of friends, artists, and really just family that came together.
And of course, now the audio's choppy.
Yeah.
I jinxed it. I'm sorry.
You didn't jinx it. That's where Brian's at.
This means I get to pull people
You're
together.
jinxed.
The head lady in charge.
Call the talent and love that they already had.
I love her energy.
Now, what inspired you to do this?
Both Sienna and
Really what inspired me
Kikessa
was
have really good energy. That's so
about
cool.
my own family and art history in Altadena.
Mm-hmm.
And
Great to see the young people getting so involved and engaged.
Yeah, they're so in tune with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate that. And how long is this going to be going on?
So this will be up until September 28th.
Okay.
Yeah, here at the Armory.
And is there a cost?
It's completely free admission. Gallery days are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I believe 10 to 4.
Okay.
And you can also come on weekdays if you send an email to the Armory and let them know. Yeah, you'll be able to come.
And if they want to make a donation, where would they send that to?
So please,
And those are great questions,
if you'd like
B.
to donate or inspired by the stories of the Ben family, the Hines family, and the Robles family, who you'll see sprinkled throughout the exhibition. You can check out our website at Here Lay a Home. And yeah, you'll find the GoFundMe's there.
You know what really inspires me is it's like the adults are always the ones that are trying to gather together and do things, and it's nice to see the young people coming out here and actually doing a lot to show that how they feel about things too. And I love the way that you guys are portraying that through your art.
Thank you so much. And the intergenerational component was so important. So something about being in this time of crisis, it exposes all of these things. It really brings out, it brings attention to what's precious to us.
Right.
And our parents got all those stories. Our grandparents got all those stories.
Oh, from Altadena, you're going to have some stories.
I'm saying, so just us having the privilege to open that up, and really just through our family photos in the boxes and speaking with our people.
Yeah, what ones you had? Which photos you had left?
Right, exactly. And knowing how precious that is.
Right, and I see some of the exhibits have actual photos, not digital copies. They have actual photos and actual artifacts from the house. And I did notice your dad told me, who's standing right over there, but he's talking to somebody. But he said you guys went out to Joshua Tree, and actually made the bricks by hand.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So the chimney at the end is built out of 50 compressed earth blocks.
Oh wow.
So basically that's a mixture of sand, clay, and water. So they're super environmentally sustainable. They're also really economical.
Right, because you're taking it from the earth and just reforming it.
Exactly. So it was this idea of what is generated by the land that we sit on and have our homes on. But yeah, also the idea that we can rebuild with our own hands was so integral to the process of making this, and just empowering and thinking about what construction and reconstruction will look like.
I love to see the generational thing happening, man. It's like we got the grandparents, the parents, the kids, and now it's going to keep going on. That's what I love about Altadena. You had to be from here to understand the situations, because we call it Altadena. Yeah. Foreigners call it Altadena. There's not two L's in the thing. Right. So we're used to calling it that. We love our town, and I appreciate you for taking the time out, and I appreciate you, sir, for raising a very intelligent. This young woman is very articulate. Oh yeah, very articulate.
Trust me, I lost my first and last argument with her when she was 3 over an easel at Costco.
Hey!
And all of a sudden, she had a artist and curator and everything else. So, whatever she needs, I'm gonna support.
Well, my son, I was hoping he'd get a basketball scholarship, which he did to go to Berkeley, but he really wanted to be an artist. I didn't even know he could draw. Man. And when he showed me his stuff, I'm like, why you didn't say anything? He said, because Dad, you wanted me to play basketball, and I just wanted to make you happy. I'm like, don't ever do that again.
Well, can I keep it real for some of the parents out there? When I first told her, she was like, I want to be an artist. I'm like, okay, that's nice, but like, I want you to be able to make money too.
Right.
But she's been able to do that, and you just got to keep supporting kids.
That's it. The support.
And now these kids, they sharp and they got opportunities. They make ways out of nowhere.
Right, and look
also,
at this.
Because he was always an artist. I learned.
Wow, that's funny.
Poetry, expression, like.
Right.
Again.
And see, I didn't even know that about you. See, you trying to keep his
out.
He's trying not to take the limelight from you. That's what it is.
Girl, and she's been able to inspire a whole bunch of other
I
artists.
see this. Look at how many people are coming up here. I mean, it's just like,
here goes my other baby girl. She's trying to be left
She's
out.
trying to sneak. She's trying to stay out there. Come on, individual. It's a family affair. This is
I was trying to let the stars
this
shine,
is a
man.
family affair right here.
Oh,
We're
man,
trying to
I'm
make
telling
this
you,
happen.
I'm
So
blessed beyond measure.
They all have the same smile.
Kids, especially our daughters. man.
definitely,
Especially our
girl, dad like a mug.
Oh, all day, man. Don't get me wrong. I got a son in between them. He's not here today. He's out in New York.
Right.
But still, just support him. Do whatever it is. Because, like I said, when I get to be an older man than I am right now, hopefully they'll be taking turns wherever.
Hey, you sow the seeds to reap the fruit later.
100%.
So
That's what all this is too.
right. So well, thank you so much. I appreciate everything.
She dragged him out. Well, that was that. I'm glad you guys dealt with me showing. I will be uploading this to our pages later so that you can actually see it without interruption. I'm so sorry that it came out a little choppy, but yes, two wonderful young women that are actually making waves in Altadena through their art. And this exhibit, please go check it out. It's going to go till September 28th. And she did tell you the times, 10 to 4 on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, unless you want to get a special showing, then you can call them and they might let you up to check it out. And donations are accepted because this is art. So the only way that art makes money is if other people help the artists.
Well, I just got this from their press kit, so that's why I put this up on the screen. So it's cool because the other flyer only showed the reception. I don't think it showed the entire length of the I don't know, display of the show.
And the pictures of some of the art will be uploaded to our site right after the show. So I was in the process of doing that, but we always try to take pictures of every event so that you can always go back and see what we've been doing, so that you know that we're actually doing something out there instead of just talking about it.
Oh, I want to, you know what? I think I shared this with you guys. I'm not sure, but there is a brand new song out by Jean-Baptiste. He's from New Orleans, right? And Andra Day. Her name's Cassandra. I say Andra. Others say Andra, Cassandra Day. Either one. Anyway, and it is called, hold on, Lean on Me. Hold on. Hold on. ANDR. If I spell it right, that might help. But it's all about Altadena. So I wanted to here it is. Lean on My Love, featuring Andra Day, and it's Jean-Baptiste. And so that song, Andra, I always call her Andra. Andra goes to Victory, as you guys know, goes to my church. And Jean-Baptiste reached her and said, look, I know you go to church. I know you live, out that way. And I'd really like to do something when it comes to Altadena to have a tribute to Altadena, blah, 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 blah. So she hooked him up with Pastor John. They got to talking. He said, I would love to have some people in it from Altadena. So he gave some people. And then some of our choir members are in it. So if you aren't aware of it, there is a brand new song.
You want to play it?
He's an Andra Day called Lean on My Love. And it has Altadenians in it. And it is for Altadena. So please Google it or whatever. Find it. Look it up on YouTube. I have a link for it on YouTube, Jamal, if you want to. I'll have to put in our private chat. Otherwise, you guys know I'm getting ready to post it in the regular one. Hold on.
Already. Yeah, you can post it.
There. I did in our private. I I can post it in the comments too. But
Yeah, I was
but
ready
it's
to
a very
play it.
nice song. And it's people from Altadena. Obviously the people from Altadena, a lot of them are from our church, just because 43, 46 families from our church lost houses, right? So when he asked, obviously he wasn't like, hey, if you know people and they just found anybody, but there are people from Altadena that are not in our church. I mean, that don't go to Victory as well, but they walk their lots. And it is really a beautiful song. And for them to use Altadenians was so very important to both Jean Baptiste and Andra, and they did. And so that is a homage to our community, and it has a lot of likes already, about 4,000 or so on YouTube. But streaming, there's a ton. I made sure I downloaded it to my Spotify. But really, really good song that is a tribute. And then some of it was filmed at our church as well. But really good song. So just to let people know, there's a nice new tribute song out for Altadena that Jean Baptiste came out and made sure that he did here for us.
I just love the fact that people are doing these types of things, because we need to keep that momentum going. We need to keep that support going, that uplifting spirit going. I wake up every day happy that, first of all, thank God for letting me wake up. Second, that we got this podcast, because, I mean, this is my therapy. This is what I get up for. It's just to be able to bring stuff to people and show you what's going on around town, because a lot of these things we go to, you don't even know about. We do announce them, but no, you might not have caught that show, or you might not have seen that notification. So we're trying to fulfill our destiny for the next 4 to 12 years. It depends on how long it goes. And just, make it happen. And that's all I care about. I care about just every day, just getting out of my town. And this is all I'm living for right now, well, with the exception of, I did go bowling with Sherry this Saturday.
Really?
She wanted to do some competition. I said,
that's okay, the one thing she probably don't want to compete with you on.
No. So I bowled with a house ball.
Left-handed?
You know how I cannot bowl left-handed. But I can't stand house balls. I hate them. So I did bring my own shoes, though, because I'd be damned if I'm going to put somebody fungus-ridden feet shoes on my feet. No. Sorry, I'm bringing my own shoes. I told her it'd probably be better if she bought some next time. But we had a good time. I filmed because, so she loves watching Gilbert Arenas and his wife. Before, I guess they were husband and wife, and they did a bowling thing, and he had bet her $1 million against her Porsche that if she beat him in one sport,
that betting got him.
No, she lost.
No, I mean,
he wasn't trying. No, I know what you're talking about. He just got arrested for gambling and stuff, but it wasn't him, so he got released. And
right.
But yeah, he's been in the news for less scrupulous things. But so I said, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna film you every time you get up there. And I said, but first I'm gonna let you bowl a couple of times, because since you haven't bowled, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I said, going from professional basketball player to actual bowler is totally different. You're not doing this, you're doing this. So she kept bowling, and her hand was stopping her knee. I said, let me ask you something, babe. When you shoot the ball, instead of following through, do you just do it like that? You just shoot it like that? She goes, no. I said, you follow through, right? Yep. She goes, I said, that's what you're supposed to do when you bowl. You follow through and you point your hand at the pins. And
come on, Coach Backus.
Man, she started lighting it up. I mean, and she picked up a 5-7 split. That's the one where they like this far apart. I was like, oh, okay. So I filmed it, and I'm not going to show you all that today because I still haven't edited it yet. That's probably going to go on my Facebook page. But it was fun. And then afterwards, we went to my favorite pizza place, and we met some people who actually knew Jackie Robinson.
Oh, wow.
So we got to talking to people and stuff. It's fun. I'm always opening my mouth talking, but Sherry's worse than me. she'll start a conversation up with anybody. So that was fun. I needed that break from doing a whole bunch of stuff that I always do on the weekend. So that was cool. And if you're watching, I mentioned it.
So I'll do the announcements now, just with what's happening this week. I'm not going to do the permit center and all that kind of stuff, but I will start with what's happening for the week.
Right before you do that, apparently there is something going on at the Altadena Library right now that the people inside of the library didn't know about, but it has a lot of media coverage there, and it has something to do with, I believe, I know Herb Bedian is there. What is he, a senator?
Oh, no, that happened at, okay, so that was this morning from 7:30 to 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
It was at 8 o'clock.
They invited us to come up there, but they sent it on Saturday, and I wasn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They wanted us to be in the background while they were talking about.
So who put it on and who did the invite? Do you know?
Oh God! All right, I have to look at the email. Hold on for a second.
And I hope you told them in the future, give us more notice, because that's important for the community to know. And somebody was like,
send it on a Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody was like, hey, did you know this is going on? There were state legislators there. But the people inside the library, the employees said they didn't even know about it. And
cool.
Not surprised.
And so they couldn't even get it out to the community. So this came in a big, long text and all of that. So I just wanted to make people aware. I believe it's that group that's suing State Farm is what it sounds like, because I was sent a transcript of it. But I believe like a audio, I believe it's that group that is suing State Farm who possibly put it on. But I guess stuff keeps happening at the library that
fire survivor something.
It's another one of these
Survivors Network.
Yeah, another one of these silo groups out here that don't necessarily get everything out to everybody like they should, and they're doing things, and so it misses a lot of people with the potential that someone could go. So if you needed information about the insurance companies not giving you what they should, there was something at the Altadena Library this morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah, that was sent from Joy Chin, and
is the one that's
one Saturday that I'm not looking at email. This is when it comes, and it came in like 9:30 in the morning. So,
but still, Saturday to Monday, like y'all, that should have been a week ago that we knew, because we even could have promoted it here. So right. Joy Chin, if you're watching, or anybody that knows Joy Chin, please let them know that anything you all want on our announcements that Jamal does or that we do, please give us more notice than like a day, because essentially on a weekend, on a Saturday, we're out in the community. We're not monitoring emails and all of that like we are Monday through Friday. And that's almost equivalent to it coming in on Sunday night, right? We may or may not see it. So definitely, if you're having events that are important for the community to have knowledge of and be able to attend, please try to get it to us at least 2 days in advance if you have planned it and you know it's going to happen, and not necessarily on a weekend where we may not be available in our email because we're out at events, because then Jamal can have the correct information. And that's our thing. We want to give accurate information to the community, and we can get it out so that more and more people are able to come and participate and get the information that they need as well.
And I put my phone on airport when I'm filming, because I don't want any distractions, so I can capture the moments. But, if you're sending them at that time, I definitely won't see it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jamal. I'm sorry. I wanted to pop
oh my God, what am I doing?
The visual appointment.
What's funny though is I remember I thought we had something related to this, and I'm looking at our WhatsApp.
Ignore what I'm sending in the chat, guys. I'm sending.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me just do this part real quick. and then we will continue. And again, I'm not going to talk about the Survivor Network, or the One Stop Permit Center. I'm just going to go with the activities for today, just because we've been on for so long. So
Yeah, 'cause y'all know what it is.
Here we go. Or let me do this. Ta-da.
Dead air. I got dead air here. I got dead air.
No, we're
I'm messing.
all right. So we're going to start off today with the Altadena community meeting, which is today at 4 p.m. This is weekly. Definitely go check that out. It's on the LA County's, Los Angeles County's website for YouTube site. It's youtube.com/@County of Los Angeles Newsroom. Go ahead and check that out at 4 o'clock. It gives you an update with everything from the county's perspective on what's going on. Also, today at 7 p.m., there is the car night at Club 1881. This is something that is available. There's going to be Altadena musicians there. I don't know where Club 1881 is, but this is one of those from Altadena Cars and Coffee that we had announced for their Saturday event. So this is something going on today at 7 p.m.
That's Washington and Allen next to Stater Brothers.
Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you, B.
It's a club over there?
It's a bar.
Oh, a bar.
But what they do is they use the parking lot of Stater Brothers on that the end closest to Washington for the car.
Got it.
There you go. Then I'll bring this one back up. The folks at Harambe actually have their Freedom Store every Monday and Tuesday. It's by appointment only from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And excuse me, what you want to do is scan the QR code to go over there and pick up certain items like toiletries, home essentials, and much, much more. If you can't scan the QR code, you can also go to tinyurl.com/Harambe Freedom Store. And then LA Fire Justice, they do have their ongoing events every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the LA Fire Justice office. They have coffee chat, and the address is 221 East Walnut Street, Suite 100 in Pasadena. This is where individuals can come talk to the folks at LA Fire Justice about what they're going on as individuals. Then later that day, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. at Pinocchio's Pizza at 1449 North Lake Avenue in Pasadena. This is where businesses can come and chat, and they can talk about the stuff that's going on in their world. And then every first Monday of every month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., again at the LA Fire Justice Office, 221 East Walnut Street, Suite 100. Then you can actually have Mental Health Monday, where they actually have some folks there to talk about your mental health. I'm going to expand this again. Then we have just a reminder that the Paseo and Soul Solutions, in association with Jazzy Jams for Empowerment, presents Jazz at the Paseo Summer Series. The next session in this will be August 28th, which is this coming up Thursday. So from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the courtyard of Paseo, come out and listen to some really nice jazz. This is located at 300 East Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena. And it is a free event. And then Altadena Community Giveaway. There's going to be a variety of clothing, both all men's, women's, and kids, socks, underwear, children's books, baby items, household cleaning, school supplies, and much more while supplies last. Provided by Connect and Rise, Connect to Rise. This will be Saturday, August 30th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it's going to be at 2594 East Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena. They do ask that you register by scanning the QR code. It is calling all Altadena residents. You do have to RSVP to attend, and they do need some volunteers. So definitely partake in that if it is something you're interested in. And that's it for what I have thus far. Let me remove this, take us back to the show. I'll definitely add some more. And as we always say, hey, if you come across something that seems interesting, whether you think we have it or not, go ahead and share it with us. You can share it to either any of our socials or to which one would be altadenatalks@gmail.com is fine. So definitely share that.
And we are happy to announce that we've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. And so
yes, we're happy to announce
any
it.
more of your time.
You're saying toodles.
But thank you all for always tuning in. I keep looking up like the camera is still up there. I'm so used to the camera being on the other monitor.
Yeah. But Tony, before he continues, remind us of who's going to be on tomorrow with you.
Max Tristan, I believe that's how I pronounce his last name, from USC, from specifically the soil testing program at USC.
Very cool.
So that you can get more information about soil testing, what USC is doing, how to reach them, how to get your soil to them. What is Base Studio? Oh, Base Studio IO joined. Hello, Base Studio IO and Krishan Thompson and everybody who joined. Thank you for joining. But yes, Max will be on tomorrow to talk about soil testing in Altadena and how you can get your soil tested through the program at USC.
Perfect. Definitely tune in at 10 when Tony has a guest, or pretty much anytime we have a guest, we really try to start on time. So definitely tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
Be there or be square. That's me, Brian Bacchus, B square. You get it? Anyway, that was no pun intended. I'm out of here.
That's good, Jamal, because I don't know if I could. Oh, yeah, I got it.
You did it. You got it.
That's a rectangle, though, not really a
I know
square.
this is what directors do, or directors of photography.
Framing, but they're really going loser.
Poodles, everyone. Have a wonderful Monday. Stay hydrated and cool.
Everybody have a good one. See you tomorrow. Peace.
We'll see you later.